Hi everyone! Welcome again to our another episode of Usapang Real Estate. So while we're traveling right now, we will talk more about real estate, investments, and of course, lifestyle.
Yeah, welcome again guys sa ating Usapang Real Estate. Here we are again with Boss M. I am Gary and this is Kuya John, and today we're gonna learn about real estate. We will talk about investments and lifestyle. While nagta-travel tayo ngayon, let's talk about those things. Yeah, first question natin ngayon. Ready na ba tayo? Ready na ba tayo, Kuya John?
Ready na.
Ready na.
Ready na tayo.
Alright, so first question natin, Boss M. What do you consider before buying a lot or buying a property? Ano ba yung dapat nating isipin bago tayo bumili ng mga property, yung mga lupa? Kasi para maiwasan natin yung mga di ba, yung kapag nagkamali tayo to buy those things, napakahirap. So ano ba dapat nating isipin muna bago gawin tong mga bagay nito?
First thing talaga, yung pinaka-importante is you have to determine your budget. Very important yan kasi dyan mostly nagkakamali yung mga investors or yung buyer. They don't have the budget. So, like for us, real estate brokers, if you want to offer a property, yan yung tinatanong namin first, how much is your budget? Or how much is your, do you intend to purchase or invest in a property? So that we would know what are the best properties to offer.
So kailangan talaga swak sa budget ng buyer.
Yeah. Then another thing also, Gar, is dapat yung buyer or dapat yung bibili niya may due diligence talaga. Meaning to say, if you already identify the property, you have to check first the papers. At syempre, dun sa papers, dyan yung madugo talaga. You have to check if yung owners talaga is the one who's selling the property, are they still alive, or may liens and encumbrances sa title.
So kailangan talaga check natin talaga yung mga titles, kasi
Yes.
a lot of meron mga nabasa ngayon or narinig na there are a lot of people who claim that their property are clean title. Tapos yun pala ang daming sabit. So that's isa pala yun sa mga dapat nating isipin, no?
Yes, oo. Kasi ang daming nasa-scam especially if the property, they posted it online, then the price is too good to be true, yun. And most of the nasa-scam are usually wala dun sa lugar. So after checking the documents, if it's okay, puntahan nyo yung site or the property itself. If totoo ba yung nasa picture online at saka sa actual site. Kasi, of course, if you're selling it online, ayaw mo naman mag-post ng pangit na picture. Kasi baka mangyari niyan, expectation versus reality. Diba? So, very important talaga, you have to check the property personally.
Kasi most of the time yun talaga, Boss M, is yung market talaga is most on social media na.
Yes.
And it's tama yung sinabi nyo kanina na some advertising their lot for sale na too good to be true. So kailangan talaga na yung isitor. And considering that those are the first steps, first is the budget, and then also knowing the titles and the documents. And what else, Boss M? Ano ba yung dapat nating isipin bago tayo bumili ng mga property?
Okay, once you've identified your budget, meron na rin kayong na due diligence mo na yan, na-check na mo yung actual property, then of course, you negotiate with the seller. Kasi everything is negotiable. For the price, sino yung magbabayad ng taxes, and for example, meron pang nakatira doon, you have to talk to the owner also na pag bibilhin mo yung property, dapat wala nang nakatira doon kasi you'll be occupying the property. There are a lot of things to consider,
Yung mga yung sinabi nyo kanina na there are people who are living with that. Kasi it's also one of the most biggest problem, no? Yung meron pang naka-occupy doon. Tapos,
may tenant pa.
May mga tenant pa. Tsaka yung mga, siguro yung mga people who are living there na matagal na.
Oo.
And then you have to really deal with them. Kasi ang hirap, minsan di ba, ang hirap i-settle yung mga ganong bagay. Kasi some people are born in that place and then ayaw nilang umalis, di ba? So how do you solve that things?
Oh yeah. So once you identify the area na nakita mo na yun, na visit mo na, tsaka mayroong mga nakatira doon, normally I would ask the seller na after negotiating the price, we would talk about the situation sa property. If mayroong nakatira pa doon, I would personally talk to the owner and sinasabihan ko na I'm interested with the property, but before we push through to our transaction, dapat ma-settle mo muna yung mga obligations mo sa tenants mo, kasi you're buying the property for, it's not just 1 peso, millions yan. So less headache sa'yo if the seller will settle that one. Wala pang binigay mo na pera sa seller. Siya yung mag-settle kasi alam niya yun kung sino yung mga tenants niya. Siya na ang magkakausap doon. Then, once na-arrange na yon, then that's the time you can push through the transaction.
Have you ever experienced this kind of situation pa ba?
Yes, many times. Yung sa Maria Dream Home San Francisco natin doon, yung project natin, maraming families affected doon. But because we're very good in negotiating with the owner, then nakausap din natin yung mga nakatira doon. Eventually, we meet halfway, na settle namin. Then right now, the project is already ongoing. Then also, yung resort natin doon sa Magsaysay Gar. I remember, walang bibili doon or sa property na yon kasi may mga tenants. Then, na-shock yung may-ari kasi, I'm very interested with the property. Alam naman niya na maraming mga tenants. Most of the buyers kasi raw, pag titingin sa property, hindi nabababa sa car. Kasi ang sakit daw sa mata pag may makitang mga nakasquat. Pero sanay tayo dyan eh. That's where experience and skills will be tested. So yun, na-negotiate ko. Then we got it for a very good price. So yun, nabili natin yung property. Eventually we put up a building there, then naging resort. Yun, yung Casa Maria.
Yeah. And Casa Maria is not just just an ordinary resort, no? And mismo sa sarili ko na I've been there, and sobrang ganda talaga ng place. Hindi mo masasabi na that place merong mga nakasquat doon or merong nakatira tong ano.
Yes.
So marami tayong natutunan talaga ngayon, no? And yeah, again, that's one of the factors that we gonna think about. What else, Boss M? Ano pang dapat nating isipin?
Yeah. Let's go back to Casa Maria. Remember, Gar, yung Casa Maria, binili namin yan during pandemic. Diba? So, actually, during the pandemic, it was a buyer's market. Kasi dalawa yung market when you are into real estate. Buyer's market at saka seller's market. Ang kagandahan nun, sabi nga nila, in every crisis, there's an opportunity. So, ang daming nagbebenta ng property at that time. And a lot of properties, good deals, ang daming good deals noon during the pandemic. And one of which is yung Casa Maria. At saka also, yung Maria Dream Home San Francisco. Binenta nila ng mura lang or mababa yung market value niya, yung market price niya. So, we got that property at a lower price. And right now, yung price doon, if I can still remember, may nagbebenta doon mga 5,000 to 6,000 per square meter na.
So, mentioning talaga the pandemic, no? Totoo talaga yan, Boss M, that a lot of people also think about na it's the end of the world, kaya binibenta nila yung
Yes.
yung properties nila sa murang halaga. And it's
So, yun Gar, lilinawin ko lang yung buyer's market tsaka yung seller's market. Kasi a lot of our audience baka nagtataka, ano ba yung buyer's market tsaka seller's market? Yung seller's market, ibig sabihin nun, maraming gustong magbili ng property pero konti lang yung supply or yung mga properties na binebenta. So in turn, mahal yung properties binebenta, di ba? But during the pandemic, kasi ang dami yung thinking nila na, oh my God, it's end of the world na, bebenta ko na to properties para ma-enjoy ko naman. So maraming properties na binebenta, konti lang yung buyer at that time kasi of course no, ang daming nahihirapan nun ng liquid cash talaga. So lucky for us, we have savings nun. We got the price of that property below the market price. Yun. So, during the pandemic, it was buyer's market.
grabe. So, hindi talaga natin masabi na. So, every crisis meron din pala mga opportunities and blessings na
Yes.
kailangan natin i-grab. So that was ang mura yung nakuha yung property na yun, which is nakita natin
During that time sa pandemic, buying spree ako noon. Na may binili ako doon sa Butuan, around 1,200 square meter. And at that time, hindi yun binibenta kasi yung plan ng may-ari noon is, if I can still remember, gusto niyang gawing hotel. Pero nagka-problema siya during the pandemic. Yun, tinawagan ako ng one of my agents. Then sabi niya, boss, remember that time na dadaan tayo dyan, you always say na someday mabibili mo yan. Hindi nga ako nagkamali, nabili ko nga. So, another one is yung sa San Franz din. I was looking for a property there para i-develop natin sa Mara Estates Corporation. Luckily, meron ding nagbenta along the highway.
Wow.
During the pandemic din yun. Another one is ito din sa Bayugan, 5 hectares din yan. So yung sa San Franz, that was 7 hectares. Dito sa Bayugan, that's 5 hectares property. So all of those deals nagawa natin during pandemic. Diba?
Wow.
So in every crisis, there's an opportunity.
Sobrang laki ng agwat, no, na you mentioned earlier that you I think you bought it like 1,000 something, and then now it's really increased more than half, or sobrang dumoble yung presyo na ngayon ng mga property, no?
I think I bought siguro 8 properties during the pandemic.
Wow.
Oo, during that time.
So yun pala yung talaga yung meaning yung buyers and sellers market. So kailangan mo talagang isipin, no? There's a lot of people who are rushing to buy something or buy their property, and ang hirap isipin, no, kung nakabili ka ng something tapos at the long run pala meron palang mga mura. When buying a property pala, kailangan din natin isipin yung economy.
Then also, Gar, think of long term. Kasi the market will always goes up and always goes down. So you have to, of course, no, you need to have savings para you can play with the market, 'di ba? Yun yung ginawa namin. So pag down yung market, mas bibili kami kasi mura yung mga properties. So nangyari doon, pag balik ng economy, of course, yung nabili namin at a lower price, magsa-skyrocket yung price, o di ba? So, yun, na-develop namin ngayon.
How about Boss M, yung location? How do you select, or how do you put in mind before buying property? Ano ba yung best location na dapat nating isipin?
Okay. In real estate kasi, it's all about location, location, location. So, determine your purpose of buying that land. Once you determine that one, for example, in my case, I am a housing developer. So, kailangan ko residential yung area na kukunin ko within within the 5-kilometer radius. Andun yung, if possible, may hospital, may malls, tsaka another thing, yung municipal hall or the city hall malapit lang sa establishments. Then of course another thing is transportation. Hindi mahirap puntahan yung project mo. In our case, doon sa San Franz, along the highway yon. Makikita mo yon along the highway. Going to Davao, right side lang. So importante yung location.
How about those yung sa lupa, or do you check your those property before buying?
Yes, we have to consider that one kasi a lot of misconception kasi when it comes to owning a land, you can just build a house right away. Hindi po ganyan. So in our project, we always make sure that we conduct soil test. Because when we do soil test, we will determine what type of houses we're going to construct in that area. So kagaya namin, yung pumasa doon sa project natin is ideal siya for 1 to 2 story building.
Tama. So location talaga, no, dapat natin isipin. And also maybe also you consider that din natin, 'di ba, Boss M, yung about yung location na yun is ba what if always siya na sasalanta ng bagyo or something ganyan.
Yes, oo. So you have to consider also yan, due diligence yan. So before you purchase the property, you have to check first the history of that land. Meron na bang baha nangyari doon? You ask the people living in that area, the vicinity, kung ano bang nangyari during the year of yung maraming nasalanta. Affected ba yon? Kasi in that way, you can now assess or may idea ka na what will be your mitigating measures for that property.
Tama. Kasi sobrang hirap niyan, nakabili ka na tapos yung location pala is prone to baha, bagyo, and
landslides, yun.
Tapos ang hirap ng ibenta niyan, 'di ba, Boss M? Kung ganyan.
Ang hirap ng ibenta, ang hirap pa i-convince yung mga kliyente kasi they already know the area.
Yeah, correct.
So you have to really prepare everything before you buy the property or you invest in that property. Tsaka mas maganda yung sa subdivision, ha. I'm not saying because I'm a developer, ha. Maganda yung tumira ka sa subdivision kasi nakandak talaga yung kailangan or ang lahat ng permits meron talaga doon. Hindi yan nilagay lang because may pera yung developer. Series of tests, permits, ang kailangan yan just for the project to take off. And of course, no, lucky for us, we were able to do that.
Sobrang nakaka-open talaga ng mind, no?
If I can remember, Degar, ha, I think for a project to launch, kailangan yan ng 132 signatories.
Wow.
Can you just imagine? Grabe yung pinagdaanan namin just to get one project, to launch that one project.
Grabe yung experience na yan. And tama yung sinabi nyo kanina na not just having or developing a subdivision. Sobrang okay talaga na to live into that kind of place kasi yan, tested na dyan. There's no yung lupa, yung baha, yung bagyo, mga ganyan. They already tested that. Hindi sila basta-basta nakakabuo o nakakapag-launch ng project without those tests.
Yes.
Sobrang dami natin natutunan ngayon, Kuya Jun, no? Okay.
Kaya nga eh. Kaya ang sarap pakinggan ng mga sinabi ni Boss Ed dahil may natutunan din tayo.
Siyempre, yung natutunan natin ngayon, yung first, natutunan natin, first, you have, before buying a property, we must think about the budget, and then the due diligence, and also, ano pa yun, yung sinabi ni Boss M kanina na about economy. You should also consider the economy. Ano yung takbo ng economy before buying the property, and also location, no? Kailangan pala nating isa-isip yung lokasyon before releasing money or buying something. Wow, sobrang daming things na na-learn natin today. Thank you po, thank you Boss M for
Yes.
this episode.
So that's it, guys. It's a wrap. So if you think we have topics to be discussed or you want us to discuss, please leave a comment below so that we will have that discussed on our next episode.
Tama.
Ciao!